Sting's ass. All right, now just before the 2-second mark, we're going to hear an accidental piano note and then Sting laughing. Let's listen. Did you guys hear that? Let's listen again. You hear that? So what we're hearing there is Sting accidentally sitting on a piano during recording, and then he laughs about it.
Oh, geez, no. Don't
My
look
ass
at
is a terrible pianist. Don't like that sentence. I gotta figure out that chord.
They got that wrong.
Yeah, it's right around here. If you may notice a brown mark on these keys, it's because Sting's ass was there. It was right around here. All the notes are right next to each other, which would be consistent with an ass cheek. Let's see if we can replicate this. I'm going to pretend that I'm Sting on the night of recording. And on is over. You don't have to say about it to my ass. But I think the funniest part of all is in the album liners of this album, Sting is credited as playing butt piano. So they apparently thought this was hilarious, probably why they left it in the song and didn't delete it. My question is this. How does one exactly sit on a piano accidentally?
Oh, I sat on this air hoop. Oh my goodness, I could be so clumsy. Oh goodness,
Sting.
I sat on the saxophone. Oh, I sat on this accordion. I can be. Oh, would you believe it? I sat on my bass player.
Now, this isn't the first time that someone's ass has made an appearance on a recording. In an early recording by the Beatles, Paul McCartney held a microphone up to his ass and farted just to be funny. And they left it in the song. Now you have to listen really, really closely. It's very, very hard to hear, but at 4 seconds in, you can hear it.
Oh, bloody hell. Quite a little piffle, isn't it?
Okay, I'm sorry I made that one up, but this next one is actually true. And it's in the song Hey Jude. In one part of the song, Paul McCartney misses a piano chord or something, and he handled it like a true English gentleman by saying, "F***ing hell." All right, listen closely.
Under your skin, then you begin.
Did you hear that? Oh, f***ing hell. It's all right, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what he's saying. Hell, okay, yeah, dude, I guess he's saying hell. I mean, I don't hear a mess up that would warrant a hell. I mean, who knows, maybe Sting came up and, like, played Paul's piano with his ass. Oh, hell. You know, I have to remember that these songs were recorded in, like, the 60s and 70s when you couldn't just click the delete button. They were recording probably reel to reel, which means that if they wanted to cut something out, they literally had to physically cut it. So maybe that's why they left it in there, because they're like, well, I'm not spending an hour to get rid of that. The radio's gonna have to like it. Now this next one actually kind of blows my mind. But in the song Why Can't We Be Friends by War, the very intro has a bad keyboard note that they left in the recording. You don't have to listen hard to hear this one, it's very noticeable. Oh! I would have never left that in the song. Sting's ass plays better piano than that. Oh, that's a bad note. That is bad. If they knew the song was going to be a huge hit, they might have cut that out. But apparently the band liked the unpredictableness and dissonance of the jazzy chords. But from what I'm hearing, it sounds more like a up. I gotta replicate that note. Yeah, he hit that note right there. Like, this note is all the way over here. I don't know how he messed that up. Why can't we be friends? But what do I know? The song was a massive hit, but that note was a massive Now, Pink Floyd, in their song Wish You Were Here, also has a mistake in there that I can't believe they would just leave in there. During the intro, you can audibly hear David Gilmour coughing, apparently because he was a chronic smoker. Let's take a listen to this one. Hopefully this one's a little easier to notice. What the? That wasn't a cough. That was a... That was David Gilmour spontaneously combusting from the inside out. Like, I was expecting a... not a... But apparently David Gilmour was not happy with this. Upon hearing himself in the recording, he apparently quit smoking cold turkey. And I guess if I heard myself going in a recording, I probably would quit smoking too. But David Gilmour isn't the only person with an audible cough in their recording. In Rolling Stone's Manchester Beat, you can hear Keith Richards coughing. Pay attention closely to about the 3-second mark, and you'll hear his coughing. It's very hard to hear, so listen closely.
Keith? Keith? How are you still alive?
I'm sorry
You can
I made
tell
that
it,
one up. I couldn't resist. But let's be honest, it's surprising that Keith Richards doesn't cough in a song. Now this next one is an REM song called The Sidewinder Sleeps Tonight. Never heard it, but apparently Michael Stipe in the recording laughs at himself because he can't pronounce Dr. Seuss. Let's take a listen.
Reading from Dr. Seuss. Coming to try to wake her.
Definitely sounded like Michael Stipe was laughing at himself, but it sounded like he pronounced Dr. Seuss just fine to me.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss! I don't know, it's not that weird. Apparently he pronounces it Dr. Zeus. That's why he laughed, but I don't hear it.
Dr. Seuss. Coming to try to wake her.
There, finally got my outfit back.
I do enjoy his laugh, though. Dr. Seuss! It's like someone gave him a little tickle, tickle, tickle. Beneath, I'll move on. You know, guitarists and singers just can't get along, can they? As demonstrated by the 1982 song Dyslexic, Eminence Front by The Who. In the first chorus, Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend are both singing lead. But apparently they did not read from the same teleprompter, because they each had different timing and said different things. Completely accidental. Let's listen. What the hell was that? I mean, that's my thought. Did you hear that? One of them goes, Eminence Front, and the other one goes, Did Pete Townsend have a stroke? Man,
So when
it's a
they
good thing
do-
they didn't let Pete Townsend sing on their other songs.
Out here in the fields.
Oh, would you shut? Your timing is absolute ass! Now this next one, I'm just really excited about. This guy burps in the middle of his song. And they left it in there. This is a George Ezra song, Shotgun.
Feeling like someone.
Yeah, he definitely did.
South.
Nice. Very nice consistency. That was a very nice burp. They made it part of the song. They almost turned it into a synth.
South.
Like, if you didn't know that was a burp, you would think it was like a synthesizer or something. A burpicizer.
South.
That being said, this man is a huge artist. Burping unapologetically in your own material is immature and pathetic. Now this next song's a fun one. Barbara Ann by the Beach Boys. Barbara Ann. Sorry, but there's a mistake in the last verse that I swear to God the
Ooh.
producer was probably ready to shoot every member of this band because they cannot sing in sync and none of them can remember the lyrics and they just record a jumbled mess of poopery and they left it in the song. Let's take a listen. Wow. Go home, Beach Boys. You're drunk. Now, apparently, they were actually all piss drunk. Go figure. But why would they leave that in the song, though? That is embarrassing. I guess they were trying to go for like a fun vibe, but this is more of a drunken stupor, can't remember our lyrics vibe. Like, could you imagine the look on the producer's face when they recorded this? What a useless bunch of drunks! Sting! Now, I'm sure that's not all the mistakes in famous songs. If you have any that I missed, leave them in the comment section. If you hate me, just call me out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Hey, it's Stevie T, and we've looked at a lot of kids shows that sound like they're swearing, or accidental swearing, if you will.
Thanks for the tip, bitch.
But then I got to thinking, these things would have never happened back in the day. Kids shows from when I was a kid would never have someone calling their mom a dickhead.
Dickhead!
No, you see, back in my day, kids shows were actually educational. They actually had morals, they taught us about healthy living and how to be kind to your neighbor. See, kids shows from back when I was a kid would never let an accidental swear slip. Or so I thought. I received a message the other day. Hello, Steve. My son came across your channel and enjoys watching the swearing cartoon characters. My son actually found a new one for you to feature if possible. Well, I grew up with Thomas the Tank Engine, and if this turns out to be something, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed. I'm gonna think everything I learned in my childhood is a lie!
I'm sorry, Tree. I'm sorry. Thank you, Thomas. Are you okay?
You, Thomas! Oh boy, that was very clear. Good job. My childhood is a lie.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thomas isn't a freight train, he's a
Thank
train. Okay, I gotta turn it up.
Thank you, Thomas. Are you okay?
I want to say he's saying thank you, Thomas, but he's saying.
Thank you,
Oh.
Thomas.
Like, what else can he possibly be saying? I have to look this up. I have to see the subtitles because all I hear.
Thank you, Thomas. Are you okay? Yes. I thought I was being.
It looks
Thank
good.
you? No, bud, come on. You know what? Don't piss in my coals and tell me it's onions. It's
I'm gonna
clear
get
as
another
day to
one
me that
because
he
she
is saying,
needs one.
not thank you. There's a huge difference between ank and you guys know. Okay, just try it. Go up to your wife tomorrow and say thank you, and then come back a few minutes later and say you. Huge difference. Huge difference. Let's do the tittus test. To any regular viewer of my, whatever this is, you guys know I like to do the text-to-speech test, or the tittus test. This is where I use a text-to-speech, so it turns speech into text, and basically tells you what it hears, like a translator. So let's see what it thinks he's saying.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
Come on! Oh, what? No, what? I mean, am I the only one hearing this? Do I have selective hearing? This is, you know what? This is bull onions. I know what I heard. All right, let me know in the comments section. Did you hear or did you hear thank you this whole time? Because I'm telling you right now, I am partially deaf, but I did hear fart. Like, I know this wasn't intentional, but like... That's all I got. Now, you want to talk the epitome of morals and educational children's programming? Look no further than Mr. Rogers. His kind, loving nature and way of teaching was just so next level and spoke to children and adults worldwide for generations. Like, Mr. Rogers could probably flip off a group of children and get away with it. And apparently he did. Now, I've seen this meme before, and I'm sure a lot of you have as well. And honestly, I didn't even believe it was real. I thought this was photoshopped, because there's no way Mr. Rogers would flip the bird in an episode. Well, apparently there's video proof of it. Okay, we gotta watch this together, because I still don't believe it. Let's take a little looky onion salad soup.
What have you all been doing?
Oh, this is old.
Miss Thumbkin? Pointer,
Okay.
tall man,
Okay, this is happening, isn't it?
and Pinky.
This is gonna be the most innocent fuck you we've ever heard.
Behind your back.
Oh, he's getting ready for it.
Ready for it?
Oh, I'm ready. Like, look at him. He's all excited to do it.
Here I am. Here I am.
Good.
Well, how are you?
I like how he's looking directly into the eyes of the child on the other side of the table. Yeah, that's the kid right there who gets it. He gets the middle finger right in the face.
Where is
Look at the look on his face. I noticed at the beginning the woman did it like this, but Mr. Rogers was just like, oh, y'all. You know what? I used to be proud to be a Mr. Rogers viewer, and now I'm just absolutely ecstatic about it. This is why I am the way I am. And if you don't like it,
Like you.
is that gonna focus again? My camera decided that what I'm doing is not appropriate for television. Now, this episode is from 1967. Maybe the middle finger wasn't a thing yet? Hey, Siri. When did the middle finger become a thing?
In the early 1800s, it gained increasing recognition as a sign of disrespect and was used by music artists, notably more common among actors, athletes, and
Actors like Mr. Rogers?
view the gesture.
All right, look. I know Mr. Rogers is old, but he's not Keith Richards old, okay? He was not around in the early 1800s. Which means that Mr. Rogers knew quite well what this was, and he did it anyway because, well, I don't know why, but I'm glad he did. Okay, so Mr. Rogers may be uncancelable, but back in the late 90s, people literally tried to cancel Bob the Builder. Back in 1999, Bob the Builder released a Christmas special on VHS called Bob White's Christmas. It was a huge seller, it was flying off the store shelves, production was in high gear, until the production company started getting complaints from parents all over the country because apparently Bob the Builder said, quote, "F***ing hell" in one of the episodes. Even
have it
Mr.
there.
Rogers wouldn't
I
do
just filmed
that.
it.
But I have to think there's something to this, because you gotta remember, this was in the 90s. You had to literally find this out yourself. There was no internet. And a lot of parents heard this apparently, so, you know, hopefully we're gonna hear something good. Okay, the parents may have been onto something. Hell. I'm sorry. No, I mean, there's nothing else you can hear for that.
I didn't know it was 49.
Can we fix it? Bob the Builder.
Like you.
In hell. I mean, he literally says it like a proper English gentleman, too. Like, oh, f***ing hell. It's Paul McCartney. Now, the studio who produced the movie claimed that Bob was not saying that he was rather mumbling incoherent words. But here's where things get interesting. The movie studio stopped production of the VHS tape and re-recorded the audio to cut that part out. And then they started releasing the VHSs again without the swear word. So here's the version that subsequent VHSs got. You can even hear where they cut it. Did you hear that? Or not hear that? They literally got the and then it cut out.
I didn't hear
Now I
the
want to do the
before.
test to see if the parents were actually right about this.
Wait a sec, I want a picture. I want a picture with you guys together.
Hello.
My mistake. He's not saying
Oh,
he's saying hello.
alright, YouTube, but I want
Now a
to
video
do
just
something
wouldn't
for
be
you
complete
guys.
without a Disney clip. Here's a message
It's not
I
the
got
end, but
the other
look,
day.
I
First
love
off, you
you
have brought my family
guys.
together so much. You're welcome. We sit around and watch your videos and laugh. My daughter plays guitar because of you. Thank you for the laughs and keep doing what you're doing. But okay, here's why I emailed. We found in Hunchback of Notre Dame. At about 1745, a soldier runs into a horse and clearly says, "Onions." These are some of our favorite videos you do. Have a great day. We love you.
No.
I I hugely appreciate that. All right, if this one is real, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I've done videos just on Disney alone. They did it! He said I didn't like you anymore!
Good night.
That was a good find. Hold on, let me hear that again. Oh!
Like
That was pretty clear, and it makes sense under the context. If I ran into a horse, that's probably the first thing I'd say. See, when you say the word "ah" in a movie, sounds a little close to. Other words to use instead might include "ooh" or "ah" or "f you horse" or "oops" or "that's a horse" or pickle sandwiches. Are you catching my drift? Uck is one letter off from duck, and also, but we'll see what science thinks. Test.
Hot.
No. Hot? Tits Test literally thinks a man ran into a horse and said, hot! Oh, hot! Alright, well, you want to know something? I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm on a quest to get 4 million subscribers. It's been a long journey, but I can only make this happen with your help. Please do subscribe. Otherwise, I will say,
you.